Welcome to Cheat Sheet Tale, where secrets slip, lies unravel, and the truth always has a twist. Real stories, raw confessions, and shocking betrayals. Drop a comment if you've ever caught a red flag too late. Now, let's get into today's tale. When I got promoted, my sister demanded I fund her shopping sprees, saying, "You're rich now, so it's only fair." My parents agreed. Family helps family. But when she tried to use my credit card, the fraud alert left her screaming, after years of hard work. I finally landed a managerial position at a reputable tech firm in Austin, Texas. The salary bump was significant, and I was thrilled. I treated myself to a modest celebration and shared the good news with my family. My younger sister, Vanessa, was the first to respond, "Wow, big shot now. So when are we going shopping?" I laughed it off, thinking she was joking, but she wasn't. Seriously, she continued, "You're making bank now. It's only fair you help out your family. I could use a new wardrobe." I was taken aback. Vanessa had always been a bit self-centered, but this was a new level. My parents chimed in during our next family dinner. "Your sister has a point," my mom said. "Family helps family. You've been blessed. It's time to share." My dad nodded. In agreement, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had worked tirelessly for this promotion, and now I was being guilt-tripped into funding my sister's shopping sprees. I decided to set some boundaries. I love you all. But my promotion doesn't mean I'm a personal ATM. I'm happy to help in emergencies, but I won't fund unnecessary expenses. Vanessa rolled her eyes. "Whatever. You're just being stingy." My parents looked disappointed, but I stood my ground. A week later, I received a fraud alert from my bank. Someone had tried to make a $2,000 purchase at a high-end boutique using my credit card. I was shocked I had my card with me, so I called the bank to report the unauthorized attempt. They informed me that the purchase was attempted in person. I asked for the location and time. To my disbelief, it was a boutique near Vanessa's apartment. I confronted Vanessa. "Did you try to use my credit card?" She looked guilty. I thought, "You'd understand. I needed a few things and you wouldn't help." I was furious. "That's theft, Vanessa. You can't just take my card and use it without permission." She started crying. "You're overreacting. It's just a few clothes." My parents were livid when they found out. "You should have just helped her." My mom said, "Now look at the mess." I couldn't believe it. They were blaming me for Vanessa's actions. I decided to distance myself. I needed time to process everything. I filed a police report to protect myself, though I didn't press charges. Vanessa was furious. "How could you do this to me?" I explained that I needed to protect my finances and reputation. For a few weeks after the fraud attempt, things were quiet. Too quiet. Vanessa stopped texting. My parents avoided bringing her up when we talked. I figured they were embarrassed, or maybe just letting things cool off. Kept my distance. I thought maybe this was it. Maybe this would finally make her grow up. I was wrong. One morning, I opened Facebook and nearly spit out my coffee. Vanessa had made a public post. Not tugging me, but it was obvious who it was. About some people get a little money and suddenly forget where they came from. Family means nothing to them anymore. Greedy and selfish, even when their own sister is struggling. Must be nice to step on others to get ahead. The comment section was brutal. Her friends, some cousins, even a few neighbors piled on. "Wow, how disgusting. Blood is thicker than water. She should be ashamed." She painted herself as a victim. Said I cut her off when she needed help. Never mentioned the stolen credit card. I didn't want to air family drama online, but the damage was done. People were reaching out. My boss even asked if everything was okay, because someone emailed the post to our HR department. I replied to the post with own comment. Just one. "You tried to buy $2,000 worth of luxury handbags with my credit card without my permission. I didn't cut you off." I protected myself. I attached the bank's fraud alert screenshot with private info blurred. That was it. Vanessa deleted the post within hours, but it was too late. Screenshots were everywhere. some of her own. Friends messaged me apologizing. A cousin called to say he had no idea my parents were furious, but not at Vanessa, at me. "You humiliated your sister in public." My mom said, "You could have just ignored it. She humiliated herself, is hot back, I didn't start this." The next weekend they asked me to come over for a talk. I thought maybe they wanted to make peace. Nope. It was an ambush. Vanessa was there crying. My parents sat on either side of her like security. Guards. "We think you should apologize," my dad said, for posting that online. It made her feel unsafe. She literally committed fraud. I said. What about how I felt? Vanessa sniffled. "I didn't think it'd go this far. You didn't think you'd get caught." I snapped. Then my mom said it. "If you can't, forgive your sister and move on. Maybe you shouldn't come around for a while. This family doesn't need division." I sat. There in silence, I felt like I'd been slapped. So I stood up, said, "Got it," and walked out. No yelling, no big scene, just done. But it wasn't over. Not even close. 2 weeks later, I got a letter from my credit card company. Someone tried again. Same card, new attempt. I had already changed my card after the first incident, but this time the attempt was online. I called the company. They said someone tried to use saved info from an old retailer account I hadn't touched in years. It was linked to an old shared family laptop. My stomach dropped. Vanessa knew those passwords. She had borrowed that laptop all through college. I called a lawyer. I didn't want to press charges before. But now I wasn't just angry. I was done being manipulated. She wasn't just messing up anymore. She was trying to ruin me. My lawyer said, "You have a case, and if this goes further, you'll want documentation." I care. So I started saving everything. Emails, messages, call logs, bank statements. Vanessa was about to learn that consequences aren't optional. But even as I prepared for the legal route, something else started to unfold. Something I hadn't expected. Something way messier. While gathering paperwork for my lawyer, I remembered something odd. An old shared family PayPal account we used back when Vanessa and I split streaming services in college. I hadn't logged into it in years, but I figured it was worth checking. What I found hit me like a brick. There were transactions under my name from months ago, small at first, then larger. Online orders, gift cards, even money sent to a random Venmo, all tied to my old email, but with the notification setting turned off. She'd been using this account like a secret wallet. The name on the Venmo, Luna V84. I did a quick social media search. It was Vanessa. She was funneling money through the account, pretending to be me. I took screenshots, printed them, and added them to the growing pile for my lawyer. My hands were shaking. Not just from anger now, but from something else. Fear after my confrontation with the family people I barely spoke to started treating me differently. Cold, distant. A guy I used to hang out with from church group told me, "Hey, I don't want to get in the middle, but I heard you tried to sue your sister over like a couple $100. Vanessa was telling people I was trying to sue her out of spite. She said I had lost it since getting my promotion. She thinks money makes her better than us. My family was the source. It was more than gossip. It was coordinated. It was meant to isolate me." Then it hit my job. I was in a meeting when HR pulled me aside. Someone had emailed the company claiming I was involved in family financial fraud and abusing a mentally unstable sibling. It was anonymous. But I knew it had Vanessa's fingerprints all over it. My manager supported me, but HR had to investigate. I had to hand over documents, lawyer contacts, even messages proving my side. 3 days of pure anxiety. They cleared me, but the trust, the peace, it was gone. I finally confronted my dad. I demanded to know why they kept backing her up after everything. He looked tired, defeated. "She's not stable," he said quietly. "She sees a therapist. She's on medication. We've just been trying to keep things calm." I blinked. "You never told me," I said. "You were busy with your job." My mom chimed in from the hallway. We didn't want to burden you. I realized then that this wasn't just about money. They were afraid of what Vanessa might do to herself to others. But protecting her meant sacrificing me. The lawyer discovered something even more alarming. Vanessa had listed my name as a co-signer on a personal loan, except I never signed. The signature was fake. She had forged it. The loan was for $7,500, taken out 6 months ago, and it was past due. This wasn't petty theft anymore. This was full-on identity fraud. I stared at the paper. Numb, I didn't even remember the bank it came from. My lawyer said we could move forward with a criminal case, but that meant blowing up the family completely, possibly jail time, court dates, press. I hadn't wanted revenge, I just wanted peace. Now I wasn't sure peace was even possible. Then Vanessa did something I didn't expect. She went quiet, deleted her social media, blocked me, my lawyer. Even my friends went off-grid completely. My parents said she was taking some time to think I knew better. She was hiding, but hiding from what? There was something else I didn't know yet, and I had a bad feeling it was bigger than money, bigger than stolen cards or fake loans. This wasn't over. It hadn't even started. 2 weeks passed with silence. Then a letter came to my apartment. No return address, no stamp. Someone had slipped it under my door. Inside was a single page printed from Animail. It was a loan application confirmation, but not the $7,500 This was new, a $20,000 loan approved under my name. Sent to a P.O. box in a different city. San Marcos. I hadn't applied for anything. I called the bank listed on the form, pretending to be confused about a possible identity. Mix up the rep on the phone was friendly. It says, "The funds were already dispersed last month," she said, "to the account ending in 9824. That wasn't my account, but I recognized the last 4 digits. It was Vanessa's old savings account. I'd helped her set it up when she was in college. That was it. That was the last straw. I gave everything to the lawyer, the fake cosign, the stolen PayPal, the loan confirmation, the email printout. We filed for identity theft, fraud, and damages. A week later, Vanessa was served at my parents' house. The officers didn't care that she was in pajamas. She screamed so loud the neighbors came outside. I didn't go. I didn't want to see it. But I heard about it. She spent 2 nights in county jail before being released on bond. My parents used part of their retirement fund to cover it. My mom called me sobbing. "Are you happy now?" she said. "You ruined your sister's life." I hung up. She'd ruined her own. The investigation uncovered even more. Vanessa had been using my info for almost a year. She had taken out small payday loans, run up debts in my name, and even created a fake online store to collect refunds using my card as the customer. She'd been spiraling long before my promotion, and the real reason, gambling, online casino slots, even illegal betting apps. She owed thousands. That's why she tried to cash in on me. Not because of my success, because she was drowning and saw me as a lifeboat. My parents were crushed, not just because of Vanessa, but because they realized what they'd done. They protected a criminal and turned on the person who tried to stop her. They apologized slowly, awkwardly, but by then it didn't matter. The damage was done. I told them. I forgave them. I didn't. Not really. I sat in court while Vanessa avoided looking at me. Her lawyer tried to make it about her mental health crisis. The judge wasn't buying it. She got 18 months probation, mandatory counseling, and had to pay restitution. She didn't go to jail, but she had a record now. Her credit destroyed. Her reputation gone. And me, I moved, switched jobs, changed my phone number, new accounts, new life. But even now, I check my credit every week. I don't trust anyone with my passwords. I don't give out personal details, not even to family. I'm not proud of everything. I let guilt guide me too long. I let people walk over me because I didn't want to be the selfish one. I ignored red flags because they were blood. But blood doesn't buy forgiveness, and being family doesn't make you innocent. Vanessa learned that the hard way. So did I. And that's the story of how my own sister tried to ruin me and ended up ruining herself instead.